Hey Maumelle, Dustin Ivy. I'm at Maumelle Charter School, the elementary and middle school. I'm with Mr. Weatherly and Miss Hyde, the principals at their respective schools. School starts on Monday, so traffic's going to be a little bit hectic for a little bit in the mornings and the afternoons. So we're going to walk you through what to expect and how to properly get through the car line as quickly and as safely for your kids as possible. So we'll start with Miss Hyde. You have the elementary school behind us, and we'll go back there in a minute. But what is your advice for, especially your new kids? You have new students that have never walked into a school before. What's your best advice for parents?
Our best advice is independence. We load from the front of the school all the way down to the black fence. They need to get out on the right side of the vehicle, be ready to get out, put the iPads down and do all that before you get out. Be ready to get out quickly and safely.
Mr. Weatherly, you've had the middle school here in the front.
Yes, so it's really important for both pickup and drop off to scoot all the way forward. I know it can be convenient to just stop right here by the cafeteria or stop at the back where your kids are. Please pull all the way forward so that we can get cars behind you and everybody can unload and load at the same time.
And we want your students getting out on the right side as well.
Yes, please unload on the right side and load on the right side.
And during pickup in afternoons, we see people lining up at 2 o'clock. There's really no need to do that. At 2 o'clock in the afternoon, you don't have to line up. School gets out at what time?
3:15.
3:15. So really, if you're here an hour early, that's way early. We can be really efficient at this, and we will get better after the first week or so. It'll move pretty smooth. But what time do y'all think they should get here to start lining up to pick up?
I would say no more than 2:45 is probably effective.
I would agree. 2:45 is about right because we are blocking city streets and shutting down part of a lane or somewhere to travel through when you're here that early. So we need to be cautious.
To be honest, if you get here at 2, you're going to wait longer than you would have if you just showed up towards the end of the school day, got in the line and go. So you're actually spending more time if you're here at 2 sitting than you would be in the line anyway.
After the first week, we can usually have these lights cleared in about 15 or 20 minutes with every student picked up. We're pretty good at it. We've done it a lot. Just give us a week or so. Be patient with our police officers out here and with the school staff. And don't let 15 minutes of traffic ruin your day. That's what we ask. So we're here on the back entrance to the elementary and the back side of the middle school. Ms. Hyde, explain to me what they need to do right here in these lanes as they come up to your school.
Okay, if we're talking about drop off in the morning, all the cars need to stay in the right lane and make the curve all the way up to the building. They'll stop past the awnings in the front of the building, stay in that right lane. If we're talking about dismissal in the afternoons, then you stay in the right lane until it makes this curve into the parking lot. Then you can go into 2 lanes. We have our kids divided by last name. A through L is on the right side, or our school side. M through Z is on the gym side by the middle school. So you'll stay in those 2 lanes as you travel forward.
Well, that wraps up the elementary portion of the video with Ms. Hyde. Ms. Hyde, do you want to tell anything to our students, our teachers, or parents about traffic?
Our biggest goal is student safety, staff safety, and efficiency. Nobody likes the car line. Not you guys, not us, but our whole goal is to keep everybody safe and it moving quickly. So just do what's expected and everybody will get home or get to work on time.
All right, Mr. Weatherly, we're here in the middle of Lake Point Drive, across from the library and across from your school. So this is a big intersection for all our kids because some of them that walk, the walkers cross here. We have car line and we have your teacher's entrance. So let's talk about this area right here because it seems to be one of our problem areas and one we want to be real safe at.
Yes, sir. So this entrance right behind us here in the morning drop-off is only for faculty and staff. So if you see people coming in there, it will be our staff members only. That is the only people who are allowed to enter this in the mornings. In the afternoon, parents of middle school students, you are allowed to use this entrance. It just makes our line a lot quicker. So afternoon, this is an allowable entrance for pickup. For drop-off, you are not allowed to enter this intersection right behind.
What we can't do is double up on Lake Point Drive. So you can't go the wrong way in your lane. You do have to stay in line until you get here. And teachers, you can't cut line either and then tell the police officer, Mr. Weatherly said it's okay. Did Mr. Weatherly say it's okay to cut the line from Edgewood all the way down here?
Nope, you got to stay in line just like everybody else.
Gotta stay in line. Also, our walkers, like I drop my kids off over by City Hall and they walk here. They cross right here. So you usually have someone here to kind of help with that, right?
Yes, we will have a staff member here both morning and afternoon. We typically let a big group of kids kind of pile up here to keep the car line moving, keep the cars off the street. And then once it kind of gets backed up, or after a little while, our staff member will tell them to cross and allow them to cross.
Library goers. I know some of you like to come to the library early in the morning and then around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. School's starting back up, so just like the teachers, you can't drive into oncoming traffic just because you're going to the library. You do need to wait, or maybe either come 5 minutes earlier than normal or 5 minutes later. After about a week, like I mentioned earlier, we'll have this flowing pretty good. We're sorry for the inconvenience here at the library, but we do have 3 schools here within about 2 blocks. Which includes Pine Forest Elementary, so there is going to be some traffic delays between about 7:30 and 8:05 in the morning, and around 2:45 to about 3:15 in the afternoon. It will go quick, especially as we get going, so just be patient with us and the officers.
Also at this intersection, very unsafe. Please do not let your students out in the middle of the road here at this intersection. There are cars behind you trying to move, and they are not expecting you to just stop and let your child out. So please do not let students out right at the crosswalk, because you just want to get around the line. You can let them out back and they can walk down the sidewalk, but please do not stop in the middle of the road to let your kids out of your car.
All right, Maumelle, that wraps up our time with Mr. Weatherly in the middle school. We look forward to a good school year, and we appreciate the partnership that the charter school has with our police department. We do have a new school resource officer starting here on Monday, Officer Chris Dean. He will be the school resource officer for both the elementary and middle school here, so you'll see him around. If you have any questions for the police department or something like that, he'd be a good go-to guy there. Mr. Weatherly, any last words of advice before we start bright and early Monday morning with all these students coming in here?
For sure. Obviously, our goal is to keep everybody safe, keep the line moving efficiently. If being late to work, a couple minutes late to work, keeps everybody safe, including the students and our staff, and that's a sacrifice we all just have to be willing to make. But if everybody follows the general guidelines, we all make it to work safe, all your kids get to school safe, we all get home safe, and that's really the ultimate goal here for our car line. So we look forward to having a great year with all our families.
Cell phone use is prohibited in a school zone. So put your phones down while you're picking up your students. That way everybody stays focused and keeps our students and teachers safe. It is against Arkansas state law to avoid an intersection, so we can't cut through the Site Oil parking lot to skip the car line, either coming or going. So please do not avoid an intersection. The city does not allow you to come up beside Pine Forest Elementary and make a right turn into the backside of the charter school between pickup and drop-off hours. There are no left turns exiting the school parking lot, and there are no left turns onto Edgewood Drive from Lake Point Drive during drop-off and pick-up time. Very good. Thank you, Mr. Weatherly and Ms. Hyde, for having us. We'll see you on Monday, and go Falcons.